What is up, everybody? So, it is again a beautiful day, but I am somewhat sad because the color of the leaves on the trees are changing, which means that the riding season will be coming to a close much sooner than I want it to. That probably won't stop me. I mean, if you looked at a couple of my other videos, I was riding in January and February of this year when there was still snow on the ground, and I even got caught in the snow riding back from campus. Please don't slide out. All right. Okay. Hardest part done. So it probably won't stop me, and that's okay. But the more comfortable riding will be at an end. A right-hand turn from a forward lane. Wonderful. Anyway, the season is coming to an end. I will probably continue to ride anyway, but it just means I gotta go get some more canyon riding footage. Now, for those that may not have seen some of my other videos, this channel is purely for me. I'm going to put up stuff that I want to see, things that I want to remember, and if other people enjoy it, then that's awesome. I like to know what people like, and I don't mind putting up some other videos to please other people that might be subscribed or whatever, but, you know, I also don't mind the idea of doing my own thing and not worrying about anybody else. So a couple of weeks ago, it's actually been longer than a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, I had an opportunity to go test ride an XDiavel S at the local Ducati dealer here, and had a blast on that bike. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the footage because my GoPro mount broke, and I couldn't get replacement pieces in time. But I went and rode this XDiavel, and it was incredible. Oh my gosh, it was just an awesome bike. I wouldn't mind owning one. First Ducati I'd ever own, that I would ever want to own. It was a sweet bike. But anyway, while I was on the ride, I met up with a couple of other local moto vloggers here. One in particular, his name is Dizzy Flight. I will post a link to his channel. He's a pretty interesting guy, just from the little that I've been able to learn about him. Anyway, I watched a video the other night that Dizzy put up, and he's an awesome guy. You should go check out the videos. Very unique vlogging style. I really enjoy his videos. It's funny I'm putting a plug in for him when he has, you know, 4 times the subscribers, actually more like 6 times the subscribers. But anyway, good guy. But I saw a video that he posted where he was doing some self-reflection. He brought up a topic that has been on my mind as well, and that is the idea of hooliganism, reckless behavior while on a motorcycle, things like that, you know. I mean, I understand that is fun to do. You know, you get a light bike, you have a lot of fun on it. But the idea of running from police officers and stuff like that, you know, I mean, the kind of stuff is pretty rampant on a lot of other riders' channels. And from the very beginning, first of all, I'm on a Harley for a reason. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Harleys. They think they're slow and heavy and can't perform, can't do anything. What they do is they cruise, and they are amazing at cruising. I did a 10-day ride non-stop every day. It was just an amazing experience, and I would not have wanted to do that on any other bike than my Street Glide that I've got. I was super comfortable the entire time, plenty of torque. It was just a great bike, even in the twisties. You know, I mean, of course, it's not going to perform to a sport bike standard, but I mean, it's a great motorcycle for what it does. But I also have it for another reason, and that is that I don't want to be a hooligan. It's not, I don't want a hooligan bike. That XDiavel that I rode is definitely a a potential hooligan bike. But even if I owned that, I don't think I'd really do much more than probably, zip through a canyon. But Dizzy made a good point that a lot of people these days, they tend to go for that kind of thing, the law breaking, that gritty or raw, quote unquote, lifestyle. And I think it's ridiculous. I would totally agree with Dizzy that there's so much more to riding and to vlogging and to doing all these other things than being a hooligan and reaching out to an immature demographic. And the reason that this has been on my mind lately is because I am going to college, right? And in my classes there are some young and impressionable men and women. And they see my helmet and they love my helmet. It does draw some attention due to the graphic. But mainly before they even ask me what I ride, or they'll see the camera and they'll immediately assume that I do videos, which is fine. I mean, obviously I'm doing something with it, right? But they immediately ask, and I kid you not, one of the first things I'm always asked is if I have cop chasing videos or wheelies and other hooligan items, other videos of hooliganism, and I always tell them no, that is not something that I am about. And they lose interest, and I think it's just so funny. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I think it was kind of destiny. I watched Dizzy's video there, and Dizzy, I'm sorry if you watch this. I swear I'm not just trying to copy your video. If anything, I am totally agreeing with you and trying to compliment your video. A lot of people will succumb to that pressure. I've watched some motovloggers from the very beginning of their channels that they weren't super hooligans. They weren't really big on it until they started getting really popular because of one or two videos where they had a bit of an extreme reaction to something that happened. Somebody cut them off or something like that. Now, I will react quite strongly to people that don't pay attention. They're on their phones or something like that while they're in their car. But I don't think that makes you a hooligan. I think that makes you a concerned rider, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, I've watched these motovloggers where earlier in their videos, early on, they weren't hooligans. They didn't really subscribe to that lifestyle, and then they put up a video where there was a little bit of hooliganism. It blows up. Their subscriptions go through the roof in a very short amount of time, and all of a sudden all their videos are only about hooliganism. And it just shows a change in character. So to Dizzy, to anyone else that might feel like they need to change their style of video, whether that be motovlogging or frankly change any aspect of their life to be able to become more popular because of what a group of people wants to see, as opposed to what that person that's providing the content actually believes in or is. People that change, I say shame on you. Get back to what you were really doing. Get back to what you were passionate in. And for those that don't want to change and won't change, congratulations. Keep it up. Don't change for what people around you want. Be who you want to be. Be proud of yourself and the content that you put up and the things that you do in your life. And never mind the naysayers. Jaywalking is illegal. She almost got hit, actually. I don't know if the camera picked that up. Maybe it did. If it did, I'll put a little slow motion thing here. But anyway, so to Dizzy, thank you. To those that are watching, thanks for the support. I know that sometimes my videos are a little boring. I know that they are, because they bore me when I put them up. That's why I make them as short as I can, but try to get my message across. But sometimes the boring videos are important too, because they help you reflect. So Dizzy, thank you for the conversation, my friend. I wish you the best of luck on your channel. Keep putting up the good content. And again, thanks to everyone that does support. Even if it's, a small comment, or, a lot of people that are subscribed to me currently are personal friends. and they'll send me messages or they'll chat with me about something I put up, and I appreciate that. You know, I like starting the conversations, or at least continuing them in this case. So anyway, you don't expect to see much hooliganism on my channel. You probably won't. The only thing hooliganish that you'd ever see from me is speeding, and that's because I love speed. I don't think that speed is as big a problem as a lot of people make it out to be, especially if you're smart about it. But yeah, no wheelies for me, especially not on my Harley. Probably break it. Anyway, all right, everybody, thank you very much. We'll check in later. It's a football game today. Oh, that's gonna suck for traffic. I wonder who we're playing.